Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that wherever you are, you're doing well. I have some good news to share with you. Later this month in August, the ministry is going to be starting our workshops back up after being put on pause for a year and a half due to the coronavirus. But now that restrictions have been lifted, we have been given the green light to go back to the shelter and do our workshops. And I'm so happy and thankful because that is a big component of what we are. We educate the homeless. Now, even though we had not been doing the workshops, we were still feeding, and we've been feeding regularly ever since January of 2021. But now we're able to go back to the shelter to do the classes, and I'm so happy. And I've been busy working on the curriculum, working on getting instructors to come out and do the classes. And I'm even thinking of having a mini gospel concert at the shelter, because we need to bring laughter and joy and happiness back to the shelter. My homeless individuals need this so badly. That's the good news I wanted to share with you. Today, I would like to talk to you about the God who sees. Now, at one time or another, we all find ourselves in the wilderness, feeling all alone, feeling in despair, facing problems and challenges that we just don't know how to solve or handle. We may lift up prayers to God, crying out to Him, asking for help, and all we hear are crickets. And we might think to ourselves, does God even care? Does He even see the situation that I'm in? And I want you to know that yes, He does care, and yes, He does see. He knows every trial and challenge that you're going through. Now, God does not always respond to us in our own time. Like we might be trying to hurry God with an answer and nothing is coming. And we think to ourselves, well, I'm just an insignificant speck on this planet. Why would God even care about me? I want you to know that in God's eyes, you are not insignificant. You are very precious to Him. He may not respond to you in the time that you'd like for Him to, but it's not that He has put earplugs in and that He's ignoring you. It's all in God's perfect timing. And we sometimes have to practice a little bit of patience. But just know that God does care about you, and He does love you, all right? Now I want to share a story with you of something that happened to me about maybe 9 years ago. I found myself in the wilderness, crying out to God when I was on the brink of having a nervous breakdown. I trusted someone with a good significant amount of money, and I thought this person was someone decent and trustworthy. And it turned out that this person was not those things. And I ended up losing a good amount of money. And I cried out to God when I was that close to having a nervous breakdown. I remember falling on my knees. I was all by myself. My husband was working. I fell on my knees and I'm sobbing uncontrollably, crying out to God, asking him, Lord, help me, help me. Do you not care? Do you not see what I'm going through? And I wasn't getting any response from him. And I just kept holding on to that hope, knowing that people are always talking about God's perfect timing. But let me tell you, when you find yourself in the wilderness in a situation like that, those words sometimes don't mean anything, all right? You just know that you're in a very dire situation and you're not hearing from God. And those words, yes, they sound nice and all of that, but where is God? Why isn't he responding? I'm so close to losing my mind. But God gave me the patience to hold out just a little bit longer. And I remember in those times when I was flat on my face on the carpet, just crying and crying and saying, Lord, help me. How could this have happened to me? And I remember a few weeks later, my husband came to me. He never found out about that incident. But a few weeks later, my husband came to me. Well, he knew about the money situation, okay? And he scolded me for trusting someone I shouldn't have trusted. But he didn't know I was close to having a nervous breakdown. A few weeks later, after I had fallen on my knees and prayed to God, my husband came to me and he said, Grace, he said, one of my investments, he has some investments in several things, and he said, one of my investments paid me a very good dividend. I think that's how you say it. And he said, I'm going to give you half of what I got. And he always does that, all right? Every time he gets a return on his investments, he always gives me half of whatever he gets. And he'll say to me, put some of it into your ministry account and the rest is for you. He's so sweet. And that day, he came to me with cash in hand and he said, here, this is for you and for your ministry. And the amount that he gave me blew my mind, because right there was more than the money that I had lost. Right there, God was answering my question. Do you even care? Do you even see what I'm going through? And right there on my hand was the answer. In his own perfect time, he responded to me. And I was so thankful to my husband and so thankful to God that, yes, he does care. I want you to know that, all right? You are never alone. Even though you might find yourself in the wilderness, you might find yourself in the valley, and wondering, how am I going to get out of this valley and up on the peak? Pray and don't ever lose hope in God, because He is going to get you out of the valley and put you up on the pinnacle. And the sun will shine again, all right? You can be in whatever situation you find yourself in, a loss of a job, a loss of a relationship, a loss of money like me, an illness, find yourself getting ready to be kicked out of your apartment, your house, because you don't have the money for your mortgage, you don't have the money for your rent. I want you to know that God knows everything about you. Nothing is a mystery to Him. Nothing is a surprise to Him. He created you. He knows exactly what situation you find yourself in. We sometimes just have to practice a little bit of patience and pray more than anything. Pray to Him, and don't ever lose hope, and don't ever feel that you were just an insignificant speck on this planet. Why would God even care about me? I'm here to tell you, all right? Think about this. Who were the individuals that Jesus Christ handpicked to help Him with His ministry? These were individuals that were very flawed, with all kinds of problems. They were not perfect. And God knew this, but He knew their potential, all right? And He still used them, even though they were flawed, broken. He still used them to help Him in His ministry. You are not insignificant to God, all right? Remember that. He is a God that sees, and He loves you very much, and He does care about you. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, like I said, just go to Him, and don't lose hope, all right? I hope this video helped you a little bit. If you needed a little spiritual boost, I hope it did that for you. Let me know what you thought about this video. And like I said, I'm happy right now because my classes are starting back up, and I had missed that so much. I miss being able to go inside the shelter and spend time with my homeless there and just talk with them. All right, sweetie, I hope you're doing well and that you continue to stay safe. Be careful, all right, when you're out there. You know what I'm talking about. The virus is still out there creating a lot of harm. Protect yourself, all right? Stay safe. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please consider doing that. Hit that little bell that tells you when I posted something new, all right? And come back and visit with us. I enjoy your company. All right, sweetie. And don't ever forget that God loves you very, very much. Also, I've had people complain to me that I call you sweetie. Some people don't like being called that. I want you to know, when I use that word addressing you, it's a term of endearment. I use that word with my homeless all the time, and with people in general. I'm not making fun of you or any of those things. It's my way of showing you my love, all right? Because I want you to know that I appreciate all of you so much that come and watch my videos and spend time with me. All right, sweetie. Term of endearment, all right? Come back and visit with us. And don't ever forget that God loves you very, very much. Bye-bye.